Welcome to another episode of CJ Discovery, finally. Listen, I'm not going to make excuses. It's crazy. I'm back to work, and I work crazy hours, which means the day that we usually would do them, I could be working, I could not be working. But we do have a video for you today. It is Clean Water Science by 4M. It's been a while since we've done kind of a sciencey one, and I really wanted to get back to a little of that. So we went and found this. I found it at Joann's Fabrics. It is originally priced $14.99, but I used a 60% off coupon and actually only paid around $6 for it. So that's pretty awesome. There are 3 experiments in here. We're going to try to do 2 of them, and we'll leave the third to you because it takes a little bit more time. Okay, so let's see what's in the box. I have already gotten in here and gotten out the instructions, which are quite interesting. There is this nice color pamphlet here that is all in English. And this pamphlet, which made me happy that I speak English, because these are all the other languages and it's all in black and white with no pictures. There's also information here because it says on the outside of this that 4M is going to donate 3% of the sales from this product to, let's see, it says to Oxfam for building solar water heaters and improving access to clean water. So this tells you about what that project is, which is kind of neat. It's nice to give back a little bit. Now there's also this bag of stuff that comes with it, and we have a funnel, our various filter materials, a little cup here. We have this thing, which is for the solar project that we are not going to do today.
Is this soap or gravel?
There is this little package of various things like washers and some soft wax and various little pieces here that are to make your filter. The first project on here is to make a filter that is going to clean water. It does warn you very specifically in the packaging that you are not supposed to drink the water that you clean. I'm guessing because they cannot guarantee how clean the water is. They also give you a recipe for making dirty water that you can use. It simply is soil and water, which we have some here. And you can pretty much dirty up whatever you want to dirty up, but it recommends the soil and water so that it will work the best. Okay, are you ready to get started making our filter?
Yes.
Okay. The kit comes with these little teeny tiny plugs that we are supposed to put in here, but before we do that for the first project, we are supposed to fill, I am not going to bother to bring it in close, there are these little teeny tiny notches in here, and we're supposed to fill 4 of the 6 with soft wax on 2 of the plugs. So we have already done that, and then we are going to try to get these in these little filter chambers here. Why don't you try to get these 2 in there, and I'll try to get the wax ones in there.
Yep.
Okay, so basically what this does is create these little chambers that have little teeny tiny drip spots. The instructions say that because this is a very small filter, it's going to work best if only like a drop or 2 are going through at a time. So just keep that in mind. We're not filtering the
whole entire thing at once.
We're not filtering Lake Erie here, people. Okay, so the instructions. Quit throwing stuff on the floor, man. There are several of these different packages. There are 3 of each kind. There is carbon, gravel, and sand, and filter paper. There are 3 of each of these so that you can replace it. They do say that you can wash each out separately and then put them back in so that you can redo the experiments again. So the instructions say we're going to put the sand and the active carbon into the ones that have the plugs, the wax in it, and the filter paper and the gravel are going to go to the other 2. Okay, so now we're supposed to actually assemble it. This is the filter base. It tells you to put it in this order, the filter paper first. It says each section should snap into place, which that did not. Maybe they snap. Maybe the other one snapped. Maybe I'm putting it in there wrong. Well, that fits a little more securely. Okay, try that one. There is no snapping action here, people. That is just totally... Okay, we got a problem. Now comes the stand, which we actually had to stop and fix because it was leaking out like an hourglass here, but I think we finally got it fixed. I think the plug was just kind of crooked in there. So that goes next, and then the top part is the gravel.
That's really wobbly.
It's okay, it's going to sit on. So this is our water filter here. Now we're going to try to actually filter some water. So we're going to put our filter on top of a cup here that I'm going to help hold while Josh pours in our dirty water. Okay, one more. No, it's running. See, now we're running. We don't want it to run. Basically what this is doing is each level of filter is taking out different size materials out of the water and cleaning it so that what comes out of the bottom is just supposed to be water. Now, the instructions do say that anything that is dissolved in the water, for instance sugar or anything like that, would still stay in the water at the bottom. You would not be removing those particles. You're basically removing the bigger things like the dirt and the oil. Okay, so this is an extremely slow process, it would seem. I'm hoping, we haven't actually seen anything drip into the cup yet. It actually hasn't dripped into the final chamber, so I'm wondering if our carbon is too clogged here. It is dripping from the sand into the carbon. Alright, so I got a phone call, and while I was taking the phone call, we finally got it. It's finally dripped through here. So he's going to put a little more in here, and I think what we're going to do is set this to the side and let it continue to drip while we're doing the other project, and then we will come back to it. It is just taking a while to soak through the layers to get down to the bottom and start dripping out the bottom. While that is going on, our second project is actually distillation. We are doing that with this little funnel cup that came with it, and a glass of steamy hot water, and some ice cubes. Now this has a little funnel type thing. It's not actually a funnel, it's solid. And this is the little collection cup. Oh, I forgot the tea leaves. Now into the steamy hot liquid we are supposed to put tea leaves. I actually have a tea bag that I made tea from, so I'm going to attempt to use that. So I don't have the actual leaves. I ended up having to go get another tea bag because the other tea bag was not tea baggy enough. I don't know. And then we are going to put our collection cup on top, which instantly causes the collection cup to steam up. So it is good hot steamy water. And we are supposed to put a few ice cubes in there. By few, I guess it's going to be like 2 because it's...
They're probably expecting that you have like
tiny cubes? I don't know.
Yeah.
And now this is supposed to take time. The steam is rising, but this cup is getting cold from the ice cubes, which is going to cause a condensation to film on that little collector cup, and then the water will drip down inside it and be nice clear water because the tea and the tea leaves do not evaporate, just the water evaporates. Both of these look like they're going to take a little bit of time to sit for a while. We have gotten, before you do that, we have gotten a little bit collected here in the bottom. I don't know if you can, how well you can see it. I would definitely not call that clean. It has a dinginess to it, but it is a lot clearer, what you say, than that. So it is definitely an improvement. So while we're sitting here waiting on this, just a few things about the project. The kit does say it is for 8 and up. It's definitely going to require some patience, it looks like, on the part of the person who's doing it, and possibly some interest in it because it is taking time to sit there and, I mean, once you make the filter, this is what you got. What it says in the instructions is that if these materials are done, you can get most of them replaced. For the filter paper, it does say you can use tissue paper. I imagine you could also use coffee filters if you happen to have those laying around the house. You can go and get like beach sand. I know some of the craft stores have sand and gravel and things like that. And then the carbon you can get from a store that sells stuff for fish, like a pet store. Okay, we're going to leave this sit for a little bit, and we will be back in a little while after we see what has collected here. Okay, we've come back. It's been about 15-20 minutes, somewhere in that area. I was not bright enough to set a time it. We have collected, as you can see, some water here. Ooh, well, that I just poured off the lid. Actually, that was overflow from where one of us spilled it, and by one of us, I totally mean Josh. Josh totally did it. This is our clean water. It's not too surprising. The instructions did say that if your water was exceptionally dirty, then you might have to run it through the filter a couple of times to get the water out. To get the water out, that would be bad.
The dirty stuff out.
That you would have to run it through the filter to get all the dirty stuff out again, possibly. All in all, I like that you can see. Here we are. This is our original cup. Actually, everything is kind of settled in the bottom.
Wait. Don't care about the red.
That's really what it kind of looked like. It has a whole bunch of dirt in it. And this is what we were left with. And this actually looks like it might be the oily residue out of the oil that was in here. So that's possible, just that it's the oily stuff. I wouldn't necessarily want to drink that, but it does give you the idea of the improvement that is made, and you could run it through there again. We just don't have time for that for this video, like I said. Okay, and then our other project that we did here is, okay, I have to find, all the ice has melted here, and now I have a bunch of liquid on the top. I could probably drink that. Ah! And hopefully I didn't just spill all the contents inside. All this ice has melted on the top, and it created a big puddle there. So we have this little cup inside. Oh, it does actually have, I wasn't sure, you could not see the water it collected. It's questionable. This is what I was hesitating on. Here we go. This is our little collection cup. Here we go. This is our collection cup. I don't know if you can see it. There is actually very clear water in there that has collected. And this was the water it came from. So this is the water it came from. And this is our nice clear, non-focused. And this is our nice clear water here. It did only give a little bit of it that I just spilled all over. Oh my goodness. So that was fun. I just spilled our little bitty tiny bit of water that I was going to say that I would probably be willing to drink because it just came from the tea water. It still tastes like tea. It tastes like the chai tea. This was chai tea. The only reason I was willing to drink that, you want to see if there's a drip in there you can have, is because basically this was just tap water with a chai tea bag in it. Tastes like chai. So what do you think about our little science-y thing here?
I love it! Ding!
You weren't paid to advertise this product.
Sorry.
Okay, but what is your opinion about it? You love it. What do you love about it?
That you kind of like have some thing that you can, if you're just like really bored, you can just watch the water just drip and you can keep on doing it.
Did you understand that this is actually some of the techniques they use in the world for helping to purify dirty water and provide clean water sources for people who don't have clean water sources? Mm-hmm. Like, we take it for granted that we turn on our water every day and water comes out, but not everybody has that luxury, and that these sorts of methods are ways that they're trying to solve that problem so that
help kids.
So that children and adults in these villages can have clean water accessible to them. So that's what this is all about. I think this is a really neat little kit. It is a time-consuming thing as far as it has to just sit. It is not a time-consuming thing as far as putting it together and getting it set up, but you do have to leave it sit. And the other project I know mentioned coming back every half hour. We had to come back every little bit to pour a little bit more water in here to let it filter out. Thank you for joining us on another episode of CJ Discovery. We've had fun today. We encourage you to go out and try this kit for yourself. Go forth and discover. Bye.
Bye.
But let's argue about it for 3 hours on camera.
Yay.
Okay. There is a third project that requires... good job. That doesn't help matter. Was it really that bad?
No.
The taste?
Yeah.
You don't like chai tea apparently?
No.